Wagwan, my beautiful people. Welcome back to another banger video. In this one, bit controversial, bit of a hot take, but I want to go over why YouTube videos are more useful than listing videos. Now, I don't want to come across in this video that I'm discouraging listing videos because I'm not. There's definitely a place for them. Can they help sell the home? Sure. Have they? Absolutely. But I want to compare and contrast listing videos and YouTube videos. And I'll start with listing. I have a couple points here. So first and foremost, listing videos have a short shelf life. What do I mean by that? When your listing sells, what else are you posting? What most agents do is they get a listing, they make a video. The home sells, and they're not posting anything until their next listing. If you're not doing multiple deals a month, that's going to see you be inconsistent with video because you're only creating video content when you have a listing. Also, I don't know how effective a listing video can really be because what a lot of people are doing is they're just creating reels on Instagram. Maybe they're throwing it on Facebook. Maybe they're putting it on TikTok. Maybe they're putting it on YouTube Shorts. But primarily what most people are doing are just creating vertical videos on Instagram when they get a listing. Now, the way that the short form video platforms algorithms work are after about 24 hours, it's going to stop being distributed for the most part. Now, sure, you can run paid ads if you have wherewithal when it comes to digital marketing, but most of you don't. And that's totally okay. But I say that to say, after 24 hours, that video is going to stop getting traction. It's not going to be visible for anyone. So you spend this money, you hire a videographer or an agency, you create this awesome video, and after 24 hours, that marketing asset stops working for you. Now, that kind of leads me into my next point. No differentiation. I kind of touched on this already. You're only creating videos when you have a listing. What happens on that downtime when you don't have a listing? You're not posting anything. So what does that make you look like? Everybody else. Also, in your marketplace, you're probably using very similar videographers or agencies. You're probably having a lot of similarly edited videos because of the videographer or agency that you guys are all using. And this, that's okay. I mean, obviously, like I have a lot of clients myself on the YouTube side of things in Southeast Florida, Fort Lauderdale specifically, a couple in Sarasota, things like that. But when the only thing that you're doing is creating content when you have a listing and you have nothing else going out there in the world on social media, when you do show up, it looks like everybody else. You're not doing enough volume to have enough variety to differentiate yourself. You see where I'm getting at with this? And then lastly, this is a bit of a hot take, and AJ actually talked to me about this. He was on a live call. Man, I forget with who, but somebody brought a good point to the table, and it really made me think. So, he refers to it as like empty marketing tactics or vain marketing tactics or really unethical. I'm trying to think of the best way to say this, but my first point is, do these listing videos really help sell the home? Depending on market conditions, some of these homes might fly off the shelf. You might not even need to create a video. Based off the market conditions at the time of your listing going live, you may not even need to make a video. You may not need to do much else. The market might sell it itself. As well as, like I said, if you're doing a listing video and you're putting it on Instagram after 24 hours, that video is deemed useless. And maybe you're running open houses on a weekly basis, and that's what helps sells the home. Now, sure, everything helps. Everything contributes. I understand that. All eyeballs, all attention helps. However, you may not need a video specifically to help sell the home. Maybe one open house in your market is enough to get the job done. I don't know. And then lastly, a big point that AJ brought to me on the discussion he had, I think it was some sort of like coaching call or something of that nature. But what that person said on that call was a lot of agents use videos as an unethical way to get future listings. And here's what I mean. You create this super bougie, over the top video edited for your listing. One where the house is flying out of the sky, you're jumping over buildings, you're coming out of the ground, you got like the Hulk smashing like the mailbox and all of these wild edits. I'm sure you've seen these over the top edits. And they're, you're like, they've only continued to get more more wild or whatever the case is. Everyone's trying to set a new bar. But like I said, if that video didn't directly get attention that brought a buyer, someone watched that video and said, oh, I want this home. Hey, so-and-so person, I'm interested. Can I come see it? And then they put an offer, got accepted. And then you could say, yeah, like this video literally sold this home. A lot of the times that's not the case. And what people do is they'll go to future homeowners when they're trying to secure a listing and they'll say, hey, look at this awesome video. Look at this crazy video of me stepping over the home and then flying into Saturn. Like, look how cool this is. And then the homeowner who, generally is pretty uneducated on how marketing in real estate works will go, wow, that's amazing. And they're so stimulated and like googly-eyed at this awesome, crazy video. And the reality of it is you didn't need an over-the-top, super stimulating video to sell a home or this person's home going forward. However, you're leveraging it as a way to win their business. In my opinion, it's a bit sleazy unless, like I said, you understand digital marketing, you can run paid ads and run a targeted campaign with that video. A lot of the times that video wasn't necessary. Again, I understand that everything helps, everything contributes, but you see these agents going to these homeowners and saying, like, check this out. You see this? This is what I do. When in reality, like, that's not like a core thing that's actually gonna drive the sale of the home. Are you kind of following what I'm saying here? So I thought that was an interesting point, and I kind of agreed with it, but let's contrast all of that to YouTube videos. So as opposed to listing videos, YouTube videos have a long shelf life. So YouTube, everything is based around search, and the quality of your view is more important than the total views that you get. Because think of it like this. If I'm driving down the highway and my tire pops and I didn't know how to change my tire, say I didn't have insurance, whatever the case is, say I went on YouTube and I was like, how do I change a flat tire? Whether that video was posted 6 months ago, 12 months ago, 2 years ago, if it's a 4-minute video with 6 steps on how to change a tire, I will spend time watching that video. I don't care when it was posted. The information is relevant to me right now. So relate that to real estate. If you created a neighborhood video and you had a listing in that video and the video talked about the cost of living, the location, the amenities, and how awesome it is to live in this neighborhood, and in that video you showed an actual listing or a home you had for sale at the time of making that video, you can show someone what it's actually like to live there. And that neighborhood overview video with an example of one of your listings is more evergreen. It can exist beyond the sale of the home because you're talking about the neighborhood as a whole. And that way, when somebody wants information, specific information on that neighborhood, whether you posted it 6 months, 12 months ago, they're going to watch that video because it's specifically relevant to them at that time. So that video could get 80 views, but one of those 80 views could be what helps you get new business or what helps you sell a home, for example. Are you following like my thought process on that? That's why YouTube is so powerful, because views don't matter. The right views matter. Second, differentiation. I talked about this with listing videos. Everyone's doing the same thing. Everyone's doing listing videos. You get a listing and you create a listing video. Awesome. Everyone's doing that. Not a lot of people are on YouTube yet. So that's blue ocean marketing. It's marketing and branding yourself differently than everyone else. I guarantee you, wherever you are in the country watching this video, there are so few agents on YouTube. And if they're on it, doing it correctly. I guarantee it. Go on YouTube and search for realtors who are on YouTube consistently doing it the right way. I guarantee the number is so small. I guarantee it's under 5. It's 3, depending on how small your market is and where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that in and of itself should be a huge green flag of like, wow, I want to do things differently. I want to be different. I want to market differently. I want to brand myself differently. That's at least how I think of my agency. And that's how I wanted to build myself. I don't want to compete and be the same as everyone else. I want to be different. Are you guys following what I'm saying here? So differentiation is huge. Getting on YouTube in general will be a huge way to differentiate yourself. And then lastly, ROI. It kind of goes back to the shelf life thing. The time, energy, and money you spent into posting, say, weekly YouTube videos or just a YouTube video in general, because YouTube is based off search, that video is going to exist perennially, and it can always get exposure, engagement, start conversations, and potentially get you leads. So say hypothetically, and I'm just throwing out a number for conversation's sake, say you spent $2,000 a month on posting weekly YouTube videos. Say you hired an agency or videographer and you post for 6 months and you've spent 12 grand, so to speak. If you get one listing, for example, at $500,000, that's maybe around the average price point of a home here in Fort Lauderdale, you're going to make that back. And that lead could have came from a video you posted in that first month or that second month. So the time, energy, and money you spent into the creation of one video that can work for you 24/7 forever, that can get traction forever, will get you an ROI over the long term. And if you stay consistent, and everything will compound, and the ROI you will get over the long term is much, much greater than a listing video that A, is not going to work for you past the sale of the home, and B, pretty much dissipates after 24 hours. So I say all this to say, I believe YouTube videos are more useful for these reasons than listing videos as a whole. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, debate me, argue with me, yell at me, scream at me. I'm here for it all. But with that being said, if you want to take video a little bit more seriously and you want to learn about the things that my agency and I are doing with our clients on a week-to-week basis to help them grow their real estate businesses, we have an online community, AJ and I, of people who want to build the same way, and that is prioritizing video, social media, and especially YouTube. I'll link that in the description. Check it out. If it's for you, we'd love to have you. If not, no big deal whatsoever. But with that being said, y'all, be sure to subscribe if you're getting any value from this channel. We're pouring our blood, sweat, and tears into this. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.